Stephanie Kemmerman, the Stock Whisperer, here with this week's January 7th, 2019 darkpool Weekly Whisper. Yes, this is the first Weekly Whisper officially for the new year. But before we get to the whispers, because there's so many this week, I'm so excited for the trade setups. We just have to quickly go over last week's, December 31st. So last week, if you would have taken all of my stock recommendations, you would have had 120% gains, 52 hit their targets. Obviously, we can't take every single one of these. I did not take every one, but I did rock Bank of America. Yeah, the banks were super hot this week. That's always my favorite. You could have taken JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citibank, KRE. They all did really well. We had those massive dark pool prints that were coming in, and Bank of America is always my favorite. Apple was an amazing trade for me. I actually did a strangle on that one. VIX on the short side was a great trade. I traded that one and the SPY. Those were definitely my favorites this week. But Brazil was hot. If you guys got PBR, EWZ, we had massive prints that came in on that sector. So let's get on with this week. So first of all, thank you for your patience with our dark pool app. We had to make some very important updates to make the server faster, to give it a little bit of a facelift. Our search is better. So in the process, you know, it's never easy. Actually, Google was really easy. Oh yeah, they approved it right away, but Apple was a pain in the you-know-what. And they kept making us make changes and changes. And I had two choices, okay? One was to withhold all the dark pool private feed notifications from everybody, or just give it away for free. So look, I'm a big believer that if I see these big prints, I want you all to profit from it. So again, I didn't know it was going to take so many weeks, but it's finally here. It's finally updated. So thank you so much for your patience. Hope you guys had a lot of amazing trades. I know I helped a lot of traders out there. Also to see that following these dark pool prints is definitely going to increase your success rate, you know, following the money. And we have tons of prints this week, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the SPY. This has been one of my favorites to trade over the past couple weeks. And, you know, we did have massive dark pool activity down here, the biggest level ever at 234.31. And we've just been going up since then. A couple other big print levels, 240.83. We had 244.11, and we just keep going up and up and up. So this week, we're going to be bullish above 254. And I'm only going to be bearish below 247.50. Okay, that's really key. Following this 8 exponential moving average. If we were to go below it, then I would turn bearish. But right now, we are bullishly above it. So let's go to the Russell. So the Russell this week, we're going to be bullish above 138. There's a lot of room to go up to 140, 141, 142, all the way up to this 50 simple moving average. And I'm going to be bearish below 134. Again, right below that 8 exponential moving average. Next, we're going to go to the QQQ. Then NASDAQ. Yeah, tons of prints on the NASDAQ, by the way. Yeah, big dark pool activity at 153.05. Yeah, we had a 5.6 million level. Very, very big for the Qs. And those are those late dark pool prints. That's where the big money is definitely trading. So as long as we're above that, we're going to be bullish. So, but this week, if you're not in yet, bullish above 157 and bearish below 152.50. Next, we're going to go to the DIA. The DIA bullish above 235. That's a key level. And we had a big print on that, by the way, on Friday. 600,000 share print. We don't normally get that. So it definitely stood out at 234.01. And yeah, as long as we stay above that, but 235 is the next key level, I'm going to be bullish, and I will turn bearish if we were to come down and break below 230. Now, I just got to be prepared on both sides in this crazy volatile market. It's been amazing, but you just have to be prepared. Now, out of all those index ETFs, I like trading the SPY the best. Why? Well, we have 3 expirations. I trade options, and I have 3 expirations to choose from: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I love on Wednesdays and Thursdays trading Monday's expiration. For me, that works out really, really well. You can still buy them out of the money really cheap, and they move, as you saw this week. Yeah, especially if you were in my live trading room. Now, the VIX, this was one of my favorite trades this week. We had this major upthrust. Yeah, this is that Wyckoff upthrust, big selling on high volume. We had the retest on lower volume. Such a classic topping pattern. And this has been a great trade. This week, still bearish on the VIX, especially if we break below 43.75. I'll only turn bullish on fear above 46.25. We'd have to break above that 8 exponential moving average. Okay, now we're gonna get to gold. Yeah, gold, it's been a great trade to the upside. I've been trading GDX, but check this out. This is the gold futures. This is the weekly chart. And, you know, these levels have been amazing. I've been trading off of these for years. And this is a really key level. Now I'm going to zoom back in so you can see this upthrust. Yes, this is an upthrust. The volume, though, not that high. Yeah, so if we had much higher volume, it would be a little bit more significantly selling pressure. But still, you cannot ignore that wick. I would only be bullish, again, if we can close above this trend line, okay, which would be about 1290 on the weekly candle this week. If we could do that, I would be bullish. But we hit that 1300. Computers are loaded to sell there. So we'd have to, of course, clear that as well for another bullish move. Now, we had massive prints that came in on gold. Yeah, we did. We had DGL. Not sure if you guys are familiar with this. It's not something I'm going to tell you to trade. Don't trade this, okay? It's very low in liquidity. It barely trades anything every day. But look at this big volume spike. This is what we just want to watch. $39.54, 1 million. 39. Okay, 54, kind of draw that right on my chart. So we are slightly above it. If we could stay above that this week, because you know, we do have a splash. Whenever we get a big print, we get a splash, and it's usually in the opposite direction. So if we splashed up and then we move down this week, then gold is going to be a short this week. Okay, so that is what I'm watching. But if we can stay above that level, that's going to be bullish, and that would be a breakout. Whenever we're at resistance, you know, it has 2 choices, right? To break out or break down, and those are always the best trades to take. You just have to be a little bit patient. Now, you could put a strangle on. I actually did that. I strangled GDX on Friday, and, you know, for me, it's got to make that choice, and I'm going to add on to the right side of the strangle. I did that with Apple on Friday. I strangled it. Apple started to move up, and I started adding to the call side. So that's always a great strategy to do. But this is definitely going to be a big mover. So IAU, that's the dark pool favorite when it comes to gold. We had some pretty big prints that came in at $12.36, 3 million. Have I seen bigger on IAU? Yeah, in the past, years ago, I saw 7 million, 10 million. And that was at 1255. It's an old level, but if we do start to move up, that's going to be resistance most likely. And 1224, that's another old level. So I'm watching that to see if we can stay above that. If we start to move down, then yeah, you definitely want to go short on gold, okay? So watch those key levels. And I would not trade IAU. It's way too slow. So your best bet is GLD. Yeah, I love GLD. I'm going to be bullish above 122. Actually, we are above 122. I take that back. Let me just let me just maneuver that. 122.50. Okay, hold on, let me just make a couple of changes. 122.50. Yeah, if you're not in it, you definitely want to watch the 122.50 level. And I'm going to be bearish on GLD below 121. And especially this 8 exponential moving average. Again, that's really key. That moves. I don't know where it's going to be exactly on Monday. But if we close below that, yeah, that's when we're going to, the trend is going to turn bearish, right? You can see here, I used the 4 and the 8 EMA. The 4 closed above the 8 EMA, the hot pink line closed above the black, and the trend changed to an upward trend. We're still upward trending, but if the 4 crosses below the 8, then we know we have a downtrend coming. So that's really, really key to watch, those two elements. So that's on GLD. Now GDX is my favorite. I have the 22 calls and the 20/50 puts on my strangle. Yeah, because for me, we're either going to break above this trend line here and go up, or we're going to come all the way back down to this lower trend line. So those are definitely key levels to watch. And again, I'm going to add on to the right side of the strangle on Monday. Sometimes, though, we gap overnight, and that's why we want to put the strangle on, because what if you wake up on Monday and gold is crushed? It's down huge, and you didn't get in because you were waiting. So that's why I love strangling. If it doesn't move, that's fine also. I'll still wait for it to break below these levels and then add on to the right side of the strangle, the right side of the tape, okay? So you start small, and then you go in bigger when we break down below these specific levels. Now, GDXJ had a massive print. This is the Junior Gold Miners ETF, and we don't normally get massive prints on it. We had a 1.5 million print at $31.07. So this is really easy, right? We're going to be bullish above 31.50, and then we're going to be bearish below 30.75. It'll be a retracement trade down first, but again, it has to break below the 8 in order for us to build on that bearish momentum trade. So that's huge. Silver has been a great runner. Oh, love this. Remember we had prints all the way down here on it? It's a slow mover, but it is moving, and we had more prints. We had about 2 million that came in this week between 1469 and 1478. So I'll be bullish above 1480, and I will be bearish below 1460. All right, now it's time to move on to oil. Yes, oil. All right, I'm really excited for oil. I was in USO, had a great trade on that this week as well. And I still love it. We had that 4 million print that's still in play. We haven't moved, I mean, that far from it. $9.79. If you recall, I was bullish above 10. So this week, I'm going to be bullish above 10.25. Right? This looks like a really nice rounded bottom. And we have massive prints at the bottom, and that's like my favorite trade. So 10.25 is a key level. And I will be bearish if it were to come down and break below that 4 million print level, below 9.75. Let's go to OIH. Also had massive prints on this, had a little bit of a splash, but is now moving up. And I love it. I love it above 15.50 this week. And I'll only turn bearish below 14. Okay. Schlumberger, another good one with prints. Also looks amazing, this chart. I'm going to be bullish above 40, and I'm going to be bearish below 37.50. Okay, I know a lot of room. I'm always going to be bullish above the prints. We had prints at $37.25, but the next big level up is 40. So if we can break above that, first time it hits it is there's going to be sellers. I always wait for that second test. Has to be about 25 minutes later. and with volume increasing, and that's when I love to get in. Now, I have to tell you guys, we are approaching earning season. Yes, so I have written down next to all these stocks on the sheet, E, right, with a date on it. That's the earnings date. So please be careful if you're going into options that you're not going into that week's options. The IV is going to be inflated. So I prefer to ride it right before that week's earnings, and then I wait until after the earnings come out, and then I trade it again. Okay, so January 18th is earnings for Schlumberger. Halliburton. Woo, had a huge print, Halliburton. 5 million big ones, okay? I am so excited for this trade. $28. We closed above it. As long as we stay above that, $28.50 is the next level. A lot of room to go. I put on a lottery ticket trade on this one on Friday, but I will add on to it if it continues to move higher, okay? I'll only be bearish, though, if it comes down below $27.50. Then I will go short, okay? So watch Halliburton. Earnings are January 22nd, so be careful. XLE. Yeah, Spider Select Fund, the energy ETF, had a pretty big print, 58.51. Going to be bullish above 60 and bearish below 58. ECA, really nice stock. This one had massive prints. It had 2.2 million at $5.95. And then we had another 4.7 million between $6.17 and $6.20. So this week, I'm going to be bullish above $6.25. And of course, I will turn bearish if we go down below the prints. XLF. Yeah, let's go back to the banks. So this has been a great trade. And I still love it. Yeah, I still love it if we could stay above the print. So bullish above 24.25 and bearish below 23.75 for XLF. I do prefer to trade Bank of America, though. It's a little bit faster for me. So Bank of America this week, I'm going to be bullish above 25.75. And I will be bearish below 24.75. Wells Fargo. This week, I'm going to be bullish above 48. Earnings on Bank of America are January 16th. So not this week, but next week, which I'll be teaching my boot camp class. For those of you that are signed up for that, I'm really excited because we are going to be day trading earnings before they come out and after they come out, but definitely not during, okay? Only before. We're going to ride the pre-earnings momentum, and then afterwards we're going to trade it. That's the best time to day trade, by the way, during earnings season, because, you know, if you swing trade overnight, there's always so much risk involved. Even if your stock isn't coming out with earnings, there could be an earnings warning like we had with Apple. Guidance. Yeah, they're already warning that it's not going to be pretty. And there could be a lot more. You just don't know. And again, you know, it could work both ways this earnings season. These stocks have been hit so hard already that even if earnings are awful, stocks could still go up. Or they could go back down again, or, you know, go down even more. We don't know. But what we can do to protect ourselves is just not swing trade, just day trade after they come out. And again, don't try to analyze the earnings, okay? Just trade the price action. And I'll be calling out in the morning, I'll be calling out on the dark pool app specific levels to watch for stocks after earnings have come out. So stay tuned for that. I'll definitely help you guys out. So Wells Fargo, bullish above 48, bearish below 46. Let's go to JP Morgan's levels. This week we're going to be bullish above 101 and bearish below 97. And we're going to go to Citibank. Yeah, this week bullish above 55 and bearish below 53. All right, let's turn to Apple. Yeah, so Apple took quite a hit, but we had a fantastic trade to the upside because we had a lot of prints that came in. The 144.01 print, remember that? I don't usually pay attention to market opening prints. I just don't, but if they are highly unusual and very large, I most definitely pay attention to them, and that's exactly what happened. the other day, and we've been moving up since that. So if you're not in this, there is a retracement trade that we're still in to 150. That's going to be resistance, but if we can break above that, I can see a trade going all the way to 152.50 area. Wherever that 8 exponential moving average is going to be a brick wall. So watch that very carefully. And then if we can close above that, then we'll be poised to go up and so forth. But we'll watch the prints as well that come in this week. I'm going to be bearish if it does start to head down and it breaks below 144. That's a key level. If it does that, then I'll go short Apple. Now, Nvidia. Oh, I love this. We had a massive print that just came in, 800,000, highly unusual, 128.90. So I am bullish above that. We've been moving up. But if you're not in this yet, bullish above 137.50. Really key level. And there's a lot of room to go up. Here we have a gap. You guys, yeah, see this gap? Yeah, big gap. Now, we already did the gap fake out where they bring it to the strongest level before the gap, which is 170, and then they rip it down again. Now, is it gap fill time? It could be. So while these are my targets, just be aware that we could go all the way up here eventually. So we'll see. One level at a time. It's really the best way to trade it. Oh, Facebook is the next stock. Love this stock right now. This is awesome. We had great prints that came in on this. 136.95. I have a lottery ticket trade on this one too. I'm going to be bullish above 139, but this is really key to watch, you guys. See this downward trend line? Yes, this is really key. If we could break above 140, we're going to, that's the T spot, we're going to have a trend change. And we have prints, okay? So the only way we can do stuff like that is if we have ammunition, okay? And we've had massive prints that came in here, and we had recent prints that came in here this week. So that's the ammunition that this thing needs to break above. But just remember, the first test of 140 should be a little bit of resistance, but after it pulls back and it can break above, that's when you want to take the big trade. So watch Facebook. Really excited for that one this week. I mean, we have so many good trades this week. All right, let's go to Brazil. Yeah, we had this. These were my whispers last week. We had really big prints that came in. And as soon as we popped above this trend line, right, the T spot, as soon as we popped above that right here, you guys, explosions happen. All right, and I know there was news, but it's all technical. Once you break through a resistance trend line, computers are going to start to buy and accelerate the move. So this week I'll only be bullish above 42, and I will be bearish below 41 for a retracement trade down to earth, okay? That's usually what happens, is we may pull all the way back to where we broke out before moving back up again. So we had prints that came in at 41.79. I don't know if they're selling here or buying more. So that's why I'm going to just be bullish above 42 and bearish below 41. Now VWO, that's the emerging market ETF, Brazil, Russia, India, China. We had big prints at 38.96. So I'm going to be bullish above 39 and bearish below 38. Germany, EWG had some really big prints. And look, you can see that the volume, right? The volume is definitely pretty big compared to this week, this month, right? December, and it looks like it could have a rounded bottom here. So we are going to be bullish above 26 and bearish below 25 for Germany and China. Let's go to FXI. Look at the volume that came in on Friday. Yeah, pretty high volume, and we closed above the 8 exponential moving average for the first time in weeks. So I'm going to be bullish above 39.50 and bearish below 39, and we did get a million share print at 39.01. Now let's go to TLT. A lot of my traders traded TLT. This was a really great move up. And then we got a big print. 123.04. Looks like selling, right? Yep, we moved all the way back down to the 8 exponential moving average where computers are loaded to buy. So it bounced up. Now, this week, if we could go up and test where that print is, I will be bullish above it, but we'll just pick 123.25, okay? If we can go above that, it's going to be bullish. And if we break below 121.50, if we go below that 8 exponential moving average, I'm going to turn bearish. Then that would be selling coming in there. So watch TLT. And now let's move on to our miscellaneous stocks. We're going to start with Boston Scientific, BSX. Earnings are January 31st. And we had prints on this one. So we're going to be bullish above 34.50 and bearish below 33.25. Let's go to CGC. Yeah, Canopy Growth. We had a print that came in at 28.37, 200,000. Not the biggest print, but we definitely have a trend change that is really trying to turn here. However, I noticed that every time it hit 29, the sellers came in. So watch the 29 level. If it can close above that, 30 would be my first target. There's going to be sellers there. A break above 30 would be monumental for CGC. So that's really key level to watch. And I will be bearish below 27.75. Let's go to CSA, Comcast. Yeah, really big prints came in on Comcast. And earnings are January 23rd. We're going to be bullish above 36 and bearish below 34.50. FCAU, Fiat, had enormous prints. Do you see this volume bar, you guys? 5 million printed. I'm sorry, 7 million printed at 15.01. You gotta watch this week, okay? We're gonna be bullish above 15.20 and we're gonna be bearish below 14.50 for Fiat. Gap Stores had a very unusual large print. Oops, just pull that up. GPS had almost a million share print at 25.36. And you can also see, look at the volume bar. Yeah, so it splashed up and down. So I don't know which way it's going to go, but I'm going to be bullish this week above 26, and I'm going to be bearish below 25. Yeah, it's due for a big move. We have JD, another good one with prints. We're going to be bullish this week above 22.50 and bearish below 21. Altria Group, love this one. Yes, 2 big prints for this one. Almost as if they were trying to disguise the prints. They were 499,000. You know, they know that a lot of people out there have a block trade indicator looking for trades above 500,000. So it's almost, or a million, like they snuck these in. $49.50 for 499,000, and then another print at 499,000 for 49.55. So somebody knows the earnings. January 31st, they're coming out. We're going to trade this pre-earnings. I'm going to be bullish above 50.50 and bearish below. Oops, that's the wrong price. Bearish below 49 for Mo. Hold on, let me just fix that. There we go, 49. All right, let's go to MRK. Merck. I love this so much that that's my daughter's initials, by the way. MRK. She hates me for it because she thinks it's Mr. K. But we have big prints on it. And it has earnings February 1st. So we're going to be bullish above 76.75 and bearish below 75 for Merck. And then we have Marvell. Yeah, another great one with prints. Hasn't really moved much, but we're going to be bullish above 16.50 and bearish below 15.80. Pfizer had really good prints on it. We're going to be bullish above 43.50 and bearish below 42.50. And PG, this is one of my favorites to trade. I've done really, really well with PG, and we had an enormous print on this for PG. 400,000 at 91.04, and I feel like it's splashed already. So I'm going to be bullish above 92.50 this week. Can you see that there is so much room to go up if we can break above that? And then there's a lot of room to go down if we break below there. And that's why I really like this one this week. So keep your eye on PG, bearish below 90.50. Now here's one that I really love long term. Yes, you heard me say long term. It's not every day I use those words. I am a short-term trader. I'm not really particularly a day trader, even though everybody thinks I am because I sit here all day and watch the tape. And yeah, I do day trading. I'll admit it, especially in this market. This has been the best day trading market ever. Okay, so even though I really love overnight swing trading, day trading is the bomb right now, okay? But long term, I love this, okay? Constellation Brands. It's alcohol and it's marijuana. They own 20% of Canopy Growth, CGC. Seasonality starts right about now, but there's a couple things I have to warn you about, okay? It has earnings this week. So please be careful. January 9th, all right, January 9th, earnings are coming out. And I don't know what they're going to be. I don't know how the stock is going to react, but it's gotten so crushed already. I bought a little bit for my long-term portfolio account. I did tweet this out. And I'm going to protect myself with options into earnings. Yeah, I'm going to buy really cheap, far out of the money puts just in case, but I'm going to buy more if earnings are good. Okay, so I'm scaling in. Really love it. I love the fact that it's above the 8, but again, we have earnings. We don't know how it's going to react. It's gambling, so I'm going to protect myself. But guess what? We had prints on it. Yes, 281,000 shares printed at 164, and we closed above it. It's not every day. Look at the volume that we get that, and so I absolutely love this. But if the earnings aren't good, I'm not going to love it anymore, but I will be protected and I'll wait for buying to come in. But right now, definitely watch this. I'm going to be bullish above 167.50. And here's a trade all the way back up to resistance, okay? Wherever this trend line is, that's going to be resistance. If we break above that, that's the T spot, then the trend will turn bullish and I will add to my long-term swing, okay? So again, very few times do I do longer-term swing trades, but I really do love the company. The PE is very low right now. It does have a little dividend, and again, just one of my picks. All right, so let's go to the next one. VIPs. We had big prints on VIPs. 2.3 million at 552. Yeah, we're above it. So I'm going to be bullish above 575 and bearish below 525. Let's move on to Twitter. The Dirty Bird. Yeah, we had a pretty big print. 672,000 shares printed at 28.40. And I'm going to be bullish above 30. It hit there, and you can see sellers came in. But if we can go above that this week, that'll be very bullish, and bearish below 28.25. XLRE, this is a real estate ETF. Pretty big print. Unusual happened. Actually, two of them. We have a 525,000 share print at $30.71 and a almost 400,000 share print at $30.94. Look at this volume. You just can't ignore this voluminous month. Look at this. The last 2 weeks of December and into January are enormous. Okay, so is this going to be a W? Perhaps. We had pretty big prints. That's bullish. If we can go above 31, I absolutely love it. And I will turn bearish below 30.50. All right, let's go to the last one. XLU. You guys remember 2 weeks ago, this was my favorite. I saved the best for last. Love this on the short side. Remember, seasonality is bearish, and we had a 4 million print at the top. Okay, if you didn't get a piece of this, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you'll get the run up this time. But this thing was one of the best trades in my room. It just 4 million. But guess what? We got some prints on it. Yes, we got 1 million printed at 52.03. And then we got almost 500,000 at 52.40. So I'm prepared to go long now if we can break above 53. That's a really key level, and I'll be bullish above that, and I will be bearish below 51.75. I am prepared on both sides of this print. So there you have it, you guys. This is this week's dark pool whisper, and if you're in my trading room, I'll be trading my favorite ones with you guys, and if not, I'll be calling out any big prints that I see during the week. So until next week, guys, happy trading.
That's my secret. Gonna keep it my secret. My secret.